Hello, everyone. Welcome to Shooting the Shit with Jim. This is episode number 14. And with me this week is my very special guest, all the way from the UK, who is quite hot today, I believe. But we're talking about the one and only Gareth from Video Tasties. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Thank you so much for being here on my show.
Thank you, Mr. King. Or can I call you Larry?
Oh, Larry's fine.
Okay.
Lawrence, to my real good friends. But anyways, it's a pleasure to finally talk to you. As you know, I chatted with you quite a bit on your channel in the comments through the last year or so. But your show or your channel always provides a lot of great content. We're going to get into that in a minute. But first of all, I want to tell everybody in the audience watching, if you haven't already done so, please go to Gareth's channel. You can reach him at Video Tasties. You can also reach him at that same Video Tasties on Instagram. Show him some love. Subscribe. He's a great guy. Great channel. Has outstanding content on his channel. So please go there when you're done with this show, of course.
Yes.
So, priorities. But anyways, before we get too far into it, I do want to say hello to some of the people in chat. We've already got 11 people in the first minute. That's like a record. So I'm telling you, man, you're like the Beatles over here.
Wow. So, I have to pay these people.
Yeah, so we've got Larry the Hardcat. Thank you so much, Larry, for being here.
Larry's here.
Last episode's guest, Sean, from Cinephile yes. World Orders here. Thank you, Sean.
Welcome.
Your ex-nemesis, but now friend.
Oh, yeah. Now friend, yeah.
101 Bronson, a previous guest as well. Thank you so much for being here, Jeff.
I have to check.
We've got Mr. Dan here, and another previous guest. Thank you, Dan, as always, for your support. Let's see here. One of your partners in crime from your community, Josh, is here. Thank you so much, Josh. I love your comments, even though, we agree to disagree on certain movies.
We do. But we're still friends.
Movie Mad, hello. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello.
Alan is here from Dublin. Thank you, Alan, for all your support. You're here quite a bit. I always appreciate seeing you here in the chat.
Alan.
My great friend Texas is here as always. Thank you so much for being here, Texas. And let's see make sure I didn't miss anybody. Everybody's saying hello, hello, hello. Josh is saying, Gareth the Hellman, besties. All right, so Gareth, your channel is definitely the most successful out of all the guests so far. You just crossed 11,000 the other day. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
So obviously,
those Indian bots are expensive.
Obviously, you're doing something right, and I've been watching your content for quite a while now.
There you go.
Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about the content on your channel and how you started?
This is my second channel. My first one got taken down due to, I think it was called spam, it was said. There was no details. It just disappeared one day, so there was no comeback from that. But yeah, so I started again. It's just showing off VHS at the beginning, and then it's sort of escalated to what it is now, which is random stuff I think of in the night.
That's what I always say. Things I think about when the power's off.
Kind of sleep, damn it. Chart shows, you say.
Yeah, the thing that I really like about your channel, it's set apart from a lot of channels, including mine.
Oh,
I don't see you do like, hey, look what I got this week with this slipcover and this, that, and the other. The most you get of that is, hey, look at these VHS titles I added to the collection this week, which is cool because anybody who follows your channel knows how much you love VHS. I mean, you practically got a goddamn video store in your loft there, okay?
Oh, yes.
Which I have to ask, did you work in a video store? Did your family have a video store? Or is it just something that you loved, from being
mid to late 80s, it took off. So we used to have a catalog here where you could get 5 films for £1 or something with postage.
Okay.
I saw them in the back of magazines, and it just started from there where I got a massive debt because then they go full price if you don't pay. But I've always had a big VHS collection, and then I used to buy the X rentals from a video shop. But yeah, I never actually worked in one, which is probably for the best.
Okay. Yeah, when I first started watching your content, I was convinced maybe your mom and dad owned a mom and pop video store or something because you just seemed like you lived in that type of
I did
environment.
live in one, yes.
You know what I mean? Like I lived in a theater, you lived in a video store. That's kind of, you know, kindred spirits as far as that goes. That's the vibe I always caught from your channel. So,
That's what I'm going for. Yeah.
but no,
Well, it's
that's
like you rent one, you have to take it back, and my video stores were like 20-minute drives, so I might as well pick another one up while I'm there. So yeah, and then you go back again. So that's a week's worth already.
Gotcha. Yeah, the thing you were talking about where you get $5 for a pound, that sounds like Columbia House over here in the
Britannia
States.
over here. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, it started off in the 70s with albums. You know, you can get like 11 albums for a penny. And you'd get that penny, and then you'd never order another album, they'd cancel it. And then 6 months later, you'd get another one in the mail saying, hey, you want to try again? And my brother did that shit constantly. I mean, constantly.
Yes.
And yes, I did that with videotapes as well. And same thing.
It was slippery slope.
Got the dozen for, you know, $10 or whatever, and never ordered another one. Moved, so they couldn't find me.
I don't know what the statute of limitations is on that, but watch your back.
I ain't sweating a 40-year-old dead at this point. They really want to come
with
after
interest.
Me for Scarface, they can do it, I guess. You know? So, what are some of your favorite genres?
Action, comedies, horror, sci-fi. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. How about least favorite? Is there any type
dramas like the Prince of Tides and when we watched recently?
Yeah, I missed that viewing party. How did that go?
It's actually a pretty good film. It's not one for fun, but yeah.
I'm sure Stuart loved it. You know, it's got Barbara Streisand in it, and he's like, you know, he never met a Barbara Streisand movie he didn't love. So,
I haven't seen many, but
yeah, you're not missing much.
Yentl on the TV back in the day.
Let's see here, real quickly in the chat. Oh, thank you so much, Josh. I appreciate that, my friend.
There you go.
Let's see here. Jeff says, I also Gareth's most recurring guest for his watch parties. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, one of the originals as well. We did Death Wish 3 way back when. I think it was my second watch party. Highlander with Terrence McGuire was first, and then Death Wish, I think, was.
Larry's offering his congratulations on 11,000.
Oh, thank you, Larry.
As is Jeff. Words and Pictures is here. Thank you so much for being here. And Josh wants to know, Baby Geniuses at 11?
We've missed the window, so it's gone past that now. So yeah.
And of course, Roy from Blue Roy Movies is here. Hey, thank you so much, Roy. Yeah, I do have some great guests. You were one of them, so thank you so much.
Some great guests. Does that mean not me?
No, that's all my guests have been. The highest of quality stock. Okay. Alan, so I went to see Superman yesterday. It has broad appeal, I feel, and is a lot of fun. It's got a lot going on, perhaps a bit too much at times. It's very much a family fun. Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Oh, wait a minute. He's got more. Personally, I prefer the edgier approach of Zack Snyder, but plenty of room for all interpretations of the character. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Do you have any interest in seeing that?
Not in the cinema.
Yeah, I'm hit and miss. I'm burned out on superhero shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of James Gunn.
Okay.
So because he's involved, that gives me hope.
It is, yeah. I just don't have the time.
Yeah, I hear you.
I chose F1 instead to go to the cinema, so yeah.
How was that?
That was very good.
Yeah, my buddy Sean, did I do my show with Kenny, said that was probably he didn't say that was the best movie he saw this year, but he said that he had the most fun watching it.
Yeah,
and he said with the crowd it was great. So
yeah, it's one that's not polarizing people like Superman is.
Yeah, well, a lot of that is bullshit. I mean, you know, the guy makes a comment about Superman being an immigrant. Well, of course he's an immigrant. You know, he's an alien. You know, in every sense of the word. And the original comic was written and conceived by two Jewish men who were immigrants, and that's why he believed in truth, justice, and the American way. So James Gunn didn't say anything controversial until some idiot on the right went, "Oh,
misread the situation."
I mean, like Nathan Fillion said, some of these people just need a hug.
Yeah, it's just a film. He said, didn't he? It's just a movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's
not
controversial.
to sway anyone.
it's controversy for controversy's sake.
Yeah, it's that it's that
so.
one guy that tries to get people to say something on his interviews.
Clickbait.
That's the word. And now it's taken off, and even Dean Kane's in on it.
Now, this is a question I always ask. Do you have, or what is the first movie you saw theatrically or in a cinema that you can remember seeing, whether it was a children's film or whatever?
It varies because my memory's not so good for 50 years ago.
That's fine.
It's either the Muppet movie.
The original one?
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that movie. I still love that movie.
I still love it. It's so great. And Muppet Caper and then Muppet Take Manhattan as well. It's either that, it could be, well, Battlestar Galactica was released in the cinemas in the UK. The TV series, the pilot episode. So
Galactica 1980. They released it as that or something, didn't they? Or
so it came out, the 2 episodes in the cinema for that. It was either that, well, it's a long story, but my parents owned an animal sanctuary, and they had charity events, and one was putting on a small cinema in the local town hall, and then people pay to come in and watch films. So it was either, we did Battlestar Galactica, we did Octopussy, so it could have been one of those, but then, it varies.
Well, the Muppet movie definitely came out before those did, so.
Yeah, so it might be that.
I mean, I was 12 when that movie came out, and I remember being in awe watching Kermit the Frog pedal that bike.
That's it. The cycling bit is what I remember.
And just going, how in the hell did they do? I mean, that just blew my mind, and it was like, it shouldn't have.
That's the exact memory I have.
Star Wars and shit, but that, for whatever reason, that gag just blew my mind as a kid.
Yeah. That's it.
So, that's awesome.
That's the bit I remember.
Now, this one might be a little more difficult, though, okay?
Ooh,
but
okay.
Who knows?
Let me just
Do you remember the first video you rented?
Me personally or the household?
Either or.
Because the household one is the one that sticks in my mind because I'm working out the maths. Probably about 10. We had friends from London stay, and they had a teenage boy with them, and he rented 3 films. Halloween 2, Apocalypse Now, and The Thing.
3 for 3, man.
Not for a 10-year-old, though. A lightweight 10-year-old.
Yeah, I can see that.
So all I can remember is the cow being slaughtered in Apocalypse Now, the razor blade in the mouth from Halloween 2, and what was it? The chest opening up in The Thing and not sleeping.
Anything in The Thing. When I was telling Sean and Kenny on our show when we first, might have been the first time I ever went on their show as a guest, saying one of the funniest things I loved doing back when I first started watching YouTube was watching people react to The Thing. And I'm telling you, 99 times out of 100, why are they shooting at that dog? Leave that dog alone. Leave that dog alone. Oh, I don't like this movie. Why are they picking on that dog? And it's like, it's a horror movie. If they're shooting at a dog, you ought to know for a reason, But regardless, those same 99 people, 10 minutes later, fuck that dog. Torch that thing. I mean, it's funny as hell every time. Every time.
Yeah, they change their mind, don't they, when they see what happens?
Very quickly. And I'll never forget seeing that back in the day when the damn blood test, when that thing jumps out.
Yeah.
I jumped on my dad's lap, threw popcorn all over the poor guy. I mean, not my proudest moment as a 14 and a half-year-old, but
yeah, that's a jump scare that works.
It's one of the best ones of all time, in my opinion. The only one that comes close since then is Exorcist 3.
Oh, yes. That's
just out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then
that one,
ripped off by, was it Black Christmas 2019?
Yeah. I don't know about that, but all I know is the only time that I saw Exorcist 3, at the cinema. Yeah. I was more or less in an empty cinema. There was only 2 other guys in there. And when that shit happened, all 3 of us screamed. It was like, and then immediately started laughing. Like, look.
Yeah, it comes out of nowhere. She locks the door, for fuck's sake. So how does it happen?
It's just so good. It's just so, and something's going to happen because it just lingers and lingers and lingers, and then bam. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, because
I'm off.
They're all 18s back in the 80s, so I couldn't go to the cinema to watch them.
Yeah.
Because it's a legal thing here, but yeah, I got it on rental.
Yeah, we're going to get into that a little bit later because that's when Carlos was Eastwood for Life fan. He was my very first guest, and we were talking about the video nasties a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and he was a little bit. He said that he had vague memories because he was young, so he wasn't getting those movies at that time, anyways. But the whole idea of that shit just blows my mind. And you being the video guy that you are, yeah, we're going to get into that in a little bit later. But real quickly here, getting back to Superman, Alan says people mention superhero fatigue, which is valid, but also I do think a lot of the more recent films just simply haven't been as good. Simple as that. Absolutely, I won't disagree with you at all on that.
No, the Marvels and Captain America 4 were all just.
Yeah, although I watched it illegally. I watched it illegally, but I watched Thunderbolts on the internet the other night.
Okay, yeah.
And that was actually entertaining as hell. It really was.
Wasn't
I'm
bad.
not saying I'm going to rush out and buy it.
No,
but it was definitely more entertaining than anything Marvel's put out lately. So
yeah, it's been 5 years.
Yeah. And Sarah is here. Hello, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Thank you so much for being here. Just watched the Hatchet Hatchet Unrated is great. That's like a throwback to the old school movies. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, making sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay, yeah, Jeff's not the only one. I jumped too the first time I saw the blood test scene. Yeah. And Dan says, I've seen reactors actually gag watching the thing. Yeah, I know. It's great.
It's a gruesome one, isn't it, for people that aren't expecting it?
Alan says, my most memorable cinema experience was seeing Close Encounters on my own as a 12-year-old in 77. It showed me how magical cinema could be. I rewatch it twice a year. Yes, 77 was a very special year for me. I was 10, and that's the same year as Star Wars. So Star Wars and Close Encounters that year, my brain was just so yeah.
Yep, that's a sci-fi year.
Roy says one of the first was Trading Places. Once, yeah. Tell me about it, Roy. That stood out for a 15-year-old in the theater. I went, damn, Jamie.
She goes legit.
Yeah. And of course, my wife.
She's only done it topless 3 times, I think, in films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff says, I'm sure it has nothing. And he's like, yep, that's his story. He's sticking to it. To which Larry says, or 2 things. Yeah, nice. The commentary on the thing from Russell and Carpenter is hilarious. They got progressively more drunk as the film. Oh, yeah. That commentary. Every commentary the 2 of those guys did together.
Yeah, they should have done more films.
The commentary on Big Trouble in Little China is entertaining as hell. Let's see here. Movie Mad says, first movie I seen in the cinema was, oh my God, that movie. Are you still going to therapy for that? Because that movie must have traumatized you depending on how old you are.
Yeah, kids in the 80s with their Return to Oz and Never-Ending Story and, not recovering.
Fuck that. Go back to the 70s with Watership Down.
Yes.
Oh my God.
We saw that in school for some bloody reason.
Keep you kids in line.
Watch out for the bunnies.
First rental was The Karate Kid.
Nice. Yes.
That's a movie I never want to see again.
I must admit, I've fallen out of favor with all of them.
Actually, that's the only one in the series I like, and I gave up after the 3rd one. But
yeah, I think I saw the 3rd one in the cinema.
Yeah. Well, again, that first one was such a monster hit that we had it at my theater for 3-4 months.
Yeah.
So I never want to see that fucking movie again, man. I even the music cues are like in my brain, and I'm like, no. There's certain movies like that. Ghostbusters is another one. I love Ghostbusters. I never want to watch it again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess that's the difference between video shops and cinemas, isn't it? You don't have to watch the film.
You're a projectionist. Yeah, you're watching that damn thing 2-3 times a day sometimes. And
yeah, that's rough.
So many movies that everybody's like, oh my God, I love that movie. And I'm like, yeah, I loved it. I don't love it too much anymore.
Although I did see Ghostbusters 3 times when we rented it in the same day. So
Hey, again, I love Ghostbusters. I actually saw it a couple of times theatrically before it came to my theater.
Okay.
And then when it came on cable, I must have watched it, many other times, but I've never owned it. I don't own it now. It's just, and I don't like the sequel. I just don't.
There we go. He's already gone, but yeah, it
Let's
is
see
too late for
Superman
baby
again.
genius.
Never too late for baby geniuses.
It'll be
Thank
a
you,
dark
Josh.
day on my channel.
Let's see here. Never seen Karate Kid. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're not missing much.
Yeah, that's what I recommended. Watch some Jackie Chan from the 80s instead.
Okay, this is a good question, Alan. When purchasing, guys, how important is special features to you? I've been put off sometimes if it's a bare bones release. What about you?
Back in when DVD first came out, I was buying them all and watching every minute of extra that there was in them. But yeah, I don't have the time these days to watch the extra, so it doesn't bother me anymore.
Yeah, I will admit if I
There's
own
less these days.
if I own a bare bones copy of something that I really love, and then they come out with a new edition with a bunch of new special. I mean, like I just got the Criterion Sorcerer.
Yes.
Okay, I own that original Blu-ray. I never double dip. I did double dip for that because I love that movie and
it is cracking.
It's got all kinds of extra shit on it. So I'm a geek. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I'm going to get into it very shortly. So yeah, it is important to me, Alan, but it's not a deal breaker. Let's put it that way. Real quickly, Juno is there. Hello, Juno. And speaking of Juno, since he is here, I will take the time to whore out myself because that's what I do. Next episode of Shooting the Shit with Jim in 2 weeks from now, my very special guest will be Juno from Juno 2000. So please come back 2 weeks from now, right here, same bat time, same bat channel. Juno's got a great channel. He's a great guy, and we're going to have a great time together. So, Juno, thank you so much for being here. Let's see here. Roy's getting junk with theatrically. No, that's only when we're on a stream together. And I've been catching all kinds of shit from Stuart for that one. So apparently I have an issue where I say theatrically too much. So they do.
They're just jealous.
So they do a drinking game over there in the UK every time I say it or whatever. And poor Roy, he was going to be like dying of alcohol poisoning on a stream we did together. Let's see. It's all good though. All right. Juno says Karate Kid is all right. Do feel it's a bit overrated. Didn't care about the new. See, I didn't watch a single episode of that show.
The first season's great because it focuses just on Johnny, but then it just turned into teen drama by the last. I haven't even seen the latest series.
Gareth has a beer for the theatrical game.
Oh, there we go. Something again.
See, now I'm just going to start saying cinema. I saw it cinematically.
It's the art of cinema, yeah. Say theatre, people think you're going to see something in the theatre.
Cats, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a show, Evita.
I did see Cats at the theater. I miss when movies have great special features, especially DVD, and now it's downhill with lackluster features. Yeah, I mean...
Have they just run out, or they don't make them anymore for new films?
Yeah. Because physical release is starting to get, short end of the strip. Nowadays, it's just streaming. It's just... It is what it is. Ollie here. Ollie, good to see that you're still alive and you're still hydrated, buddy. Hey, Jim, how's it going? Just watched Finding Forrester, which is a very underrated film with an underrated Connery performance. Highly recommended. I have seen it, and I do recommend that movie.
I haven't seen it, but
it's a very good movie, and Connery is very good in it. He's right. It's very good. Well, I saw Karate Kid in the theater. It was a musical. I want to kick you in the face. Oh, sorry. Wrong show.
Oh, hang on. I'm stealing that idea.
Good shout at Ollie. Yeah, there you go. Alan agrees.
Yep.
Okay, we are going to get to the first game of the day. A game that I like to call Top 3. Where I ask you top 3 movies of a certain genre. And it's just off the top of your head. So nobody's putting a gun to your head. Nobody's going to, say, hey, wait a minute, asshole. You said a month ago that this was your favorite movie.
Well, they will say that.
So probably. But that's okay. This is all for fun. So
here we go.
We're just going to roll with this. And again, I kind of tailor these per guest. So in your case, top 3 comedies. Go.
What do I watch? Ooh, off the top of my head, Bowfinger, Police Academy, and what do I watch? Basketball.
Nice. Those are I don't. People have mentioned Police Academy. Nobody's ever mentioned Basketball or Bowfinger, and I love both of those. I love both of those movies. So yes, awesome. Okay, top
How many
3
points do I get?
Well, your points are going through the roof. Too bad they ain't worth shit. Okay, top 3 sci-fi films.
Ooh. I will cheat on this. I think stupid little horror here. Okay. Life Force.
Nice.
Just for the memories.
Yep. Yams.
Can't think what is a sci-fi now. Interstellar. And trying to think. I don't want to say Star Wars because it's a bit too.
Why not?
No, but that's the only one I can think of right now.
That's fine. I just love the intellectual leap from Life Force to Interstellar.
Interstellar needed more tits.
Yeah, and Life Force needed more brains. That's okay.
If
Put them together and it would have been the perfect film, you know?
Ooh, yes, there we go.
Okay. Top 3 war films.
Ooh. Who said war films, you say?
They could be any war.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a war film myself. They're all depressing.
Well, we know how you feel about Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
Scarred you as a child.
Okay, POW The Escape. Rambo 2. And I'm trying to think of what it's called now. Not Saving Private Ryan because it's too sad.
Still a great movie.
It is a great movie. But I'm trying to think of Kelly's Heroes. That was great fun with those.
All right. Top 3 horror films.
That is an easy one here. Right. Trying to think. What constitutes horror?
Something that scares you.
Oh dear.
Dirty Dancing terrifies me.
Exorcist 3 then. It's definitely on the list. Fright Night. I do like that one. And The Fog.
Nice.
That scares me.
But not that original, or not that remake.
Yeah, the remake, of course.
Of course. Yeah, that scares me. How bad.
Only an idiot would not like a newer film.
But now here we go to the video store days.
Oh, here we go.
Top 3 canon films. And Life Force doesn't count because you just mentioned it.
Ah, come on.
Okay, you can mention it.
Nah, I don't want it. Death Wish 3, of course. So I just done a decade of canon films. I can't think of any now. American Ninja. And I think no, definitely not Breaking 2. Ninja 3 Domination because I got a watch party of that coming up.
Same chick.
Yeah,
she's only slightly less batshit crazy in Electric Boogaloo. So yeah.
Yes.
Top 3 Caracol, however the hell you want to pronounce it.
I was just going to work on a video of them, but then I realized how many films they've made, because technically First Blood is one of theirs. But Cliffhanger, I love that Cliffhanger. Total Recall, I think that's Karolko, isn't it? And then Terminator 2, probably, I think.
Nice.
I think that's them.
See, that wasn't too painful.
But he was.
Well, I'm sorry, get a backbone, be a man, Gareth.
Oh, sorry, man up, yeah. I forgot how old I was.
Okay, let's see some of the answers from the chat here real quickly, because we got lots of people giving their opinions. Jesus Christ.
Only my opinion matters. I'm the guest.
Okay. Oh, I do like this from Jeff. Connery's always great, except for Zardoz. Hey, I love
it's just Zardoz. The way he dresses is the problem with that film. If he wasn't in a nappy...
All you need is the right quality strain of acid for Zardoz, and you're good to go. There's plenty of new releases out there with features. The problem is the rising prices. Absolutely on that one. Okay, on the comedy question, we've got love for American Pie
yes.
and Trading Places.
Tits.
Juno says remakes Lilo and Stitch and Snow White are two of the worst pieces of shit movies I've seen so far. Well, then why did you watch them?
Why? If we all knew they were pieces of shit.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking to you about that in 2 weeks, Juno. Yeah, Juno's going to be ranting. That Juno, people always talk about my rants. No, Juno's got some great rants. I can't wait for 2 weeks when he starts talking about these remakes. He's going to be going off.
Top 3 remakes.
All right, Blues Brothers.
That was musical.
Brewster's Millions. For the sci-fi, he's a fan of Arrival.
That's a sad film.
Larry loves Blade Runner.
How could I forget Blade Runner?
Jeff says, "Yeah, I've been in your position a few weeks ago, Gareth. Good luck with this off of your top of your head shit." You know?
I forgot to bone up, as it were.
Okay, Sean, Life of Brian and Sideways.
That's Sean
Roy. E.T. from Ollie. Mad says, Back to the Future. Ollie loves The Thing. So do I.
The number 1.
Kevin Hawthorne is here from Florida. Thank you so much for being here, Kevin. I appreciate it.
That's The Thing.
Nice. Yeah, I saw the charity shop thing that you posted too.
Bloody hell.
Star Trek First Contact. I really like that movie, by the way. Contact. Yeah, I think that's the best of the new generation movies by far. Alan, top 3 comedies: Trading Places, Groundhog Day, Liar Liar. Groundhog Day was filmed about 15 miles from where I live.
Oh, nice.
Good shout with Life of Brian, Roy. Yeah, I love Life of Brian.
Yeah, I did hear you spend time at Gobbler's Knob.
Alien, Fifth Element, and Planet of the Apes. Which Planet of the Apes? Yeah. Better not be talking about that fucking Burton piece of shit.
Yeah, there's 3 of them now, isn't there?
Yeah. And Fifth Element, I would love Fifth Element if Chris Tucker wasn't in it.
Yes, that's when I turn off.
My God, is he annoying. I mean, he's annoying a lot in just about every movie, but he's on a different level in that movie. And I know that's what he's supposed to be doing.
He is, but he is.
Oh my God.
It's a rough one.
Yeah, it's very rough. Hacksaw Ridge for the war movies. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great movie. Fury, that's another great one.
Yep.
Where Eagles Dare. Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody put in broadsword.
Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan. We'll go left field and say Kelly's Heroes as I type that. Kelly's Heroes makes a great double feature with oh shit, now I just lost my train of thought. The George Clooney movie, Three Kings.
Three Kings, yes. Yes, very similar, aren't they? Heist.
The Ring, The Exorcist, Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, Uncommon Valor. I love Uncommon Valor. Great call, Gino.
I only saw it for the first time a few years ago.
That movie doesn't get as much love as it deserves. No. It is so good.
Always confuse it with Southern Comfort.
Well, okay.
Fine.
See, now people over here get Southern Comfort confused with Deliverance.
That I can see.
So,
but yeah,
Halloween, The Thing, and The Omen.
Yeah, it's easier when you're out there.
Conjuring, Scream, and The Thing. Larry says The Fog. Next one. Yeah, see, he's a fan of the remake as well. Nice. Death Wish 3 better be mentioned.
For the win. It was.
It was.
I'll reach it.
Masters of the Universe.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's sci-fi.
No, that was a Masters of the Universe canon.
Of course, canon as well, isn't it?
Not very familiar with canon films, but as Gareth mentioned it, I will say Life Force. Yeah, Ollie, you're a little bit too young for those glorious times, but I'm telling you, oh my God. For people of a certain age, you'd see the Canon logo before a movie, and it was like a warm hug. You know, it's like you knew the movie was going to be a piece of shit, but it was glorious shit.
Hey,
you know?
Those 6 fairy tales with Christopher Walken as Puss in Boots.
Yep. And when you got something of quality like Runaway Train, that was a bonus. You know what I mean?
Very far and few between, with 8 lemon popsicles.
Howard the Duck is not a canon film, but it should have been. It probably would have been a better film if it was a canon film. Enough heard from you, Jeff. That fucking movie
We
sucks.
put him in timeout.
Bloodsport, Cyborg, Code of Silence. Code of Silence is not a canon film, you know.
Yeah, wasn't in
But
my list.
the other two are. Okay,
Yeah,
okay, Vinny, oh boy, where's Code of Silence? What's the company behind that? Let's see how good you
the
are.
fuck would I know?
Orion. That's an Orion film. Sorry.
Yeah, shit.
You're supposed to know these things, Gareth. With 11,000 subscribers, you should know all this shit.
Shit.
Pirates of the Caribbean had cannons. Does that
it does count?
There you go. For the Kuroko, definitely Terminator 2.
Oh, yeah.
Top 3 musicals, Gareth.
Blues Brothers. Little Shop of Horrors. And something else.
I'll go with Blues Brothers, South Park movie, and Team America Dream Police.
Living the dream.
Total Recall, a badass film. The remake was meh. Yeah, there you go.
That was the point.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the RoboCop one and the Anything Arnie remake.
You missed a golden opportunity there. Paint Your Wagon.
That's a great musical.
Stacy's here. Hello, Stacy. Thank you so much. Hey,
Stacy.
What is your favorite comedy not set on Earth?
Pluto Nash. That's the only one I can think of. Airplane 2.
Galaxy Quest.
Shit, he went for a good one.
But thank you, Stacy. Ollie, Runaway Train is great. Yeah. I got no shoes, Manny.
Runaway train, never going back.
Hacksaw Ridge was mentioned. I do feel that of the current crop of actors, Andrew Garfield has the potential to be great. I watched We Live in Hope with him and Florence Pugh recently. Total heartbreaking. Wow. Shit. He was friggin' heartbreaking in that last Spider-Man movie where he just started crying. I mean, it was like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Why am I getting all, choked up here over a fucking Spider-Man movie? Bolero, which is good.
Yes, that was bad.
Bolero is a classic. Yeah, see, he knew it was Orion. Now, if we're talking Orion, I would have to go with RoboCop. Well, yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't necessarily mean it was Orion when it was in the UK, though. So
that's true. That is true.
I'm bitching out on that one.
That is true.
Jim
calling Gareth out. Yeah, well, hey, I'm jealous of his subscriber count.
Buy your own.
Cannon was originally going to make a Spider-Man movie. It was going to be directed by Joseph Zito from Friday the 13th. Yep.
And Captain America by Michael Winner.
Yep.
That I would see with
Big Red Brown.
With a lot of grape soda scenes.
Now, one of the things that you do on your show or on your channel that I'm always amazed when you get some of the people you do, but you do interviews with people in the business.
Yes.
And I'm sure none of those subjects are watching my little rinky-dink channel, so feel free. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite person that you interviewed?
It's going to be Cynthia Rothrock.
I'm sorry?
Cynthia Rothrock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why? Just because
you're
a fan, or?
Yeah, big fan of hers back in the day. And then, actually, it's most of them, actually. They're all great. That's looking at who I've interviewed. Because I only pick on the people that I've got a general interest in. And they've all of them are lovely people that I still stay in contact with afterwards as well. So
that's awesome.
That's nice.
Now, do you have anybody that I would say would be like a bucket list?
Arnie, Sly.
Okay.
There's a chance at Dolph when his vodka comes out over here. But yeah. What Arnie or Sly would be great before they get too old.
Was there anybody that you interviewed that you were genuinely starstruck by?
All of them.
Wells, I can see that. Vernon Wells. Yeah, I could totally see that.
And then Jeff ruined it by doing Arnie impressions in front of him.
Oh, well, fucking Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay, Jeff. We still love you, buddy. I thought the Brian Thompson interview was really good.
He's great. Very lucky. But yeah, I got Brian. Was it? You could use her on the list.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Because JT got him last week. And I'd emailed him a few days before.
Nice. Did you have anybody? I mean, what person took you the longest to nail down?
It was either, just have a look. I've got to look at my VHS that they signed. Probably it was either Robert Kurtzman, director of Wishmaster and makeup effects. That was nearly 2 years, and then it was over a year for Andre Gower from Monster Squad.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Roll Scott
it's
Nerds.
not quick.
Yeah.
Because you've messaged them and they say, yeah, I'll do it, and then you reply back straight away, and then it goes quiet, and then every so often you email back, and then yeah, we'll do it, right? Okay, what date? I'm available this date, and then no, silence, and then it just goes on. These people check their emails about once a month, and then close the laptop until the next month.
Well, at least you don't have to go through a line of publicists and shit like that.
Well, yeah, I did get turned down for Danny Glover because I went to his publicist. So they expect how many people will be watching, where is it going to be, how many, how long do you want it for, what questions you got, and all this. So I'm going to chat to him.
That sucks. Because Danny would have been fun.
He would have been fun. He's in London, I think, at the moment. Because was it Carlos? Saw him the other day.
Yeah.
And Mel.
Yeah.
So
which apparently Mel was charging quite a bit more for autographs than Danny was.
Yes, I bet.
There seems to be some sort of controversy about that, but whatever.
I know, yeah. I don't think I would pay a lot.
And,
Yeah, they're doing like, is it Mark Hamill and even what's his name from Goonies, Gremlins?
Oh, Corey Feldman.
Yeah, he's charging hundreds of dollars for.
Yeah. And I remember people are making fun of it, and I'm like, I guarantee somebody's fucking paying it, because if he weren't, he'd be charging less. So
yeah, exactly.
If somebody wanted me to sign something for $200, hey, where's the pen?
Exactly.
I can't be bought, but I can be rented.
I'll haul myself out to anyone.
That's right. Let's see here. Kavinsky is here. Hello, Kavinsky. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Cynthia is great.
He's biased.
Amen. Rothrock is queen.
There she is. She's lovely.
JCVD.
Oh, yes, Van Damme. I don't know about Van Damme because he could be a tricky one.
Offer him some cocaine. Oh!
Oh! I haven't got 10 grand.
I missed the Nicholas Meyer one, and I wish I wouldn't have, because I love Time After Time. It's one of my all-time...
I should have chosen that sci-fi.
It's one of my all-time favorite films.
That was my worst interview.
I adore that. Cynthia Rothrock, fucking A. She's a total badass.
I should say I've interviewed her twice, not done her twice.
He ruined it by calling him Mr. Wells.
He did. Well, I did it first, but I was off air. He said, no, mate, call me Vernon. So I let Jeff fall into that one.
Cynthia Mathias Hughes and Sheldon Lasich are some of my favorites of the interviews Gareth has done. Sam Furstenberg spring to mind.
Ah, yes, bless them. All great people.
Danny Glover was great in Predator 2. And yeah, you know who else was great in Predator 2? Crazy Gary Busey. Okay, sorry, I was triggered. Okay. Anytime he has someone on that was involved with Canon is absolutely amazing. Yeah. I love that Canon doc. That Electric Boogaloo Canon doc. That thing is just so goddamn.
Yeah, not everyone was pleased to be working with Canon.
Yeah. It's just.
But yeah, the Go-Go Boys.
That
pro Canon.
That movie sucked.
Yes, I love Canon. Where's my check?
Exactly. And then let's see here. Got to meet Glover years back, and he was generally super cool and chill. Yeah, I've never heard anything bad about Danny Glover.
He's been hit the business for longer than most, and Witness. I think that was the first thing I saw him in.
Okay, we're gonna play another little game here that I like.
I said no games.
Yeah, we're all fun and games here, pal. Overrated, underrated. I give you come up with a movie.
It's overrated.
You give a movie that people love that you think is overrated, and a movie that people hate that you think is underrated. And again, just off the top of your head, it doesn't have to be, everybody seems to pick Forrest Gump. So I would say Forrest Gump is like exempt.
What do I hate? Everyone. All right, so underrated, I think Iron Man 3. I do enjoy that. Written by Shane Black. And directed by Shane Black. A lot of people hate that.
Yeah, I like that movie.
I think now overrated. A lot of stuff that comes out recently that people say is a 10 out of 10, but I can't think of any of them. But yeah, it's Jeff Frozen. Jim Frozen. I got Jeff on mind. There he is. He's back.
No, I thought you were frozen. I thought you were frozen for a second.
Maybe it's me, but yeah.
No, you're
Titanic
good. You're good.
is overrated. Avatar. That's the most overrated one ever. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully my wife's not watching. She'll come out here and slap me.
Okay.
She loves that shit.
Try to say it a bit louder.
No, that's why I'm out in the garage. It's all good.
That's why I'm in the dining room with the door shut.
Dude, she absolutely loves that first Avatar movie. And I, like you, I didn't hate it, but I thought it was overrated. Okay?
Yeah.
And when that second one came out, I promised her like a jackass that I would take her to see it. And we went and saw it. And I won't say the magic word, Roy, so fuck you. But anyways.
Saw it in the cinema.
I was like, Jesus Christ, this movie is long. I mean, the first 10 minutes visually, I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. It looks great. And then once the story kicked in, or lack of, I should say, I could give a rat's ass about it. And it was a retread of the first movie that I didn't give a rat's ass about. We walked out, and I was like, so, honey, what you think? And she looked at me and goes, that movie sucked. And I was like, thank God I don't have to see it.
So 3, 4, 5, 6 coming out soon.
She has no desire to see any of them now. So I'm like, yay, the curse has been broken.
But she might say, oh, the third one might be better.
I ain't going to find out.
It's $20. Go on your own.
Put it this way. When we went and saw that, we walked in, Cocaine Bear had just come out.
Oh.
And I made like a little joke. I was like, shit, I want to go see Cocaine Bear, so I'll meet you after the movie. And she was like, no, you won't. So we went and saw Avatar. We come walking out. She's like, we should have went and saw Cocaine Bear. And I was like, I told you.
Yeah, 2.5 hours, isn't it? Or 3 hours nearly. Yep. Avatar 2, and it's just...
And Cocaine Bear's fun.
Yeah.
Avatar 2 is not. Let's see here. Just started watching Star Trek Enterprise thanks to James's recommendation, and so far I'm really enjoying it. Although it's going to take a whole while to get through it all. So you're talking about the TV show, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 3 seasons.
I never get past the theme tune.
Yeah, that's the one with Bakula.
Yes.
I think.
I love Bakula, but yeah, he's like Lord of Illusions or something. But yeah.
Yeah.
Color of Night.
Bat 21 favorite. Yeah, Bat 21.
That's Danny Glover, isn't it? Yeah.
Danny Glover, Gene Hackman. Rest in peace, Gene Hackman. Alan says, I do feel the prices charged for autographs are extortionate. You don't get into conventions for free, and the reason the stars are there is because people watch their work and supported them. Hey, I get both sides of it. Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I went to a convention back in the 90s, early 90s, when People Under the Stairs was coming out.
Oh, right.
And I got a chance to meet Everett McGill and Wendy Roby, who were promoting the film. And it didn't cost me jack. And I didn't get an autograph or anything, but I got to talk to them for a couple of minutes. And both of them were just lovely people, okay?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, after the little meet and greet, they got down and they were charging people, I think it was like $20 or whatever, for signed pictures or whatever. But I didn't get one. I was like, fuck it. I already met them and I talked to them and I'm good to go. You know?
Yeah.
So now Bruce Campbell was there promoting Army of Darkness, which got held up again and didn't come out for another year. Okay. Yeah. But anyways, and again, saw him after he was done with his meet and greets, just walking by. And as he was walking by, I went, Bruce, I'm a big fan, put my hand out. And he did. He stopped and shook my hand and was like, thank you very much. And then walked away.
Yeah.
Same thing.
That's worth it.
To me, that's, but if they're taking time out to sign something for somebody and talk to that person, and it's costing them money to sit, out of their day, or that's how they're making a living at this point. I'm not going to begrudge them for charging it.
No, I don't. I just, because I went to the last Comic-Con I went to was a good few years ago now, and it had Hayden Christensen and the Emperor.
Yeah,
but I wasn't gonna. You could they were gonna dress up, and you could pay hundreds of pounds to see them and stuff.
See now, I would have paid Hayden Christensen to do a custom autograph where he just writes no.
The same with Robert Englund. He charges like £500. I think I saw, just if he's going to put the mask on and glove or whatever.
Yeah,
to be a picture with him.
Hey.
But that's his business. That's what he's not making films anymore. So
exactly. So
he's got
whatever.
But yeah, the conventions are a big problem with getting interviews because a lot of people. I got Chris Sarandon. Who's the Wishmaster? Both of them, they're too busy doing conventions. So getting them at the right time when they're not doing one is the best. It's tricky.
See here. Oppenheimer, Taxi Driver,
Ooh.
Lawrence of Arabia, overrated. I don't know. I love all three of those movies. Titanic, overrated as monkey ass. I didn't know monkey ass was overrated.
Don't knock it till you've tried it.
Yeah. Underrated, The Swimmer. I have not seen that. I've heard good things about it.
I was thinking Swim Fan for a second. I don't think anyone thinks that's underrated. But no.
Night Swim.
Night Swim. One to avoid.
Ooh,
Misery.
Misery is overrated. Really?
Wait, hang on.
Yeah, that's a hot take, Dan. But whatever. That's all good.
Yeah. Ford Fairlane is underrated. There you go.
Thank you. I love Ford Fairlane. Have a Twinkie, snapperhead. Predator 2, underrated. Don't get the hate. Predator 2, you know who was in that? Crazy Gary Busey. Sorry, I'm triggered again. Overrated, The Lion King. I'm assuming you're talking about the animated original version.
Yeah, the animated one, because
nobody's overrating that remake. Crazy Gary Busey again. I love it.
So signed by the director.
Yeah, Predator is definitely better than Predator 2, but Predator 2 is arguably more entertaining. Just, for the sheer cheese factor. Underrated Postman.
He might have a hand injury now, so yeah.
That's why he's Crazy Gary Busey. No way Lawrence did. Yeah, see, I knew Roy would be defending Lawrence of Arabia, man. Those are fighting for him.
I can, appreciate it for a top, but it's not what I would watch. Just say, it's Sunday afternoon. What should I watch? I was watching Vacation earlier.
Avatar is overrated. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Postman, snooze fest.
It was bad. I did not enjoy that, especially the stupid ending.
I don't remember it. I watched it on video 30 years ago, and I don't think I've seen it since.
Yeah.
I just remember going, hey, is that Tom Petty?
I'm Tom Petty. Oh, is that? Are you supposed to be the Tom Petty in it? But yeah, Waterworld is underrated.
Flight Plan is
getting
underrated.
Appreciation now.
Flight Plan is underrated because I forgot that movie even existed until you just mentioned it.
Is that Jodie Foster?
Yes. And it is. It's a good movie.
It's a good thriller, yeah, which we are lacking these days.
Who do you like more, Kevin Kline or Forrest Whitaker? They're apples and oranges. And I don't mean that, obviously, but, for obvious reasons. They're both Academy Award winners, though.
Yeah, I guess they're both great, but yeah, they've got a mixed bag, both of them.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go with Kevin Kline just because of how much I love Silverado and A Fish Called Wanda. But Forrest Whitaker is pretty
he is a great actor, like the King of Scotland.
Yeah.
Was it Idi Amin or whatever he is?
Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Overrated, definitely Avatar, yeah.
Well, who's going to see these things? Making them $2 billion.
Man of Steel, overrated. Man of Steel is actually the only Zack Snyder superhero movie I like. So
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I do like the Justice League 4-hour cut though. I will.
Yeah, it's a big improvement over that 2 hour or hour and a half, whatever. It was too long to begin with. That other one, yeah.
Yeah.
Apocalypse Now, overrated. I love Apocalypse Now, but
I think I got sick of how many cuts there are, and they're all like 3 hours.
Yeah, I stick to the original theatrical.
Yeah, if you get to when he goes to the plantation for like an hour, I thought, what the fuck is he doing here?
Yeah, the redo or whatever it's called. Yeah. That cut is boring as hell. The Incident, 1967, underrated. I still need to see that, Roy.
I haven't heard of that one.
I'll never forget Cameron for doing the Blue Smurf movies. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Wasted his time. His True Lies is nearly, was it
94?
Was that? Yeah, exactly. It's over 30 years now that he hasn't done anything worth watching.
Yeah. Daredevil, underrated.
The director's cut.
Oh, meant to say the next generations. What do you got?
Okay.
Okay, Patrick Stewart. Okay, that's a little
Okay,
bit better.
yeah, that's better.
But yeah, you're right. It's going to take you a while to get through that fucking show.
That is my favorite Trek TV show.
How many seasons was that on for? Like 7 or 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, 45 minutes each or whatever it is, and then 20 something a season.
Yeah, just go to the Borg. Just stick to the Borg episodes and the Q episodes, because the Q.
Oh, the Q ones. The Q
episodes are pretty damn great.
They came. Yeah, we had double episodes on VHS as rentals before it was years before it came to TV.
Yeah.
So you had to watch random episodes set together. Oh, they go.
Lord of Illusions. I love Lord of Illusions.
I love Lord of Illusions. It's my favorite.
It's not scary, but
I think
it induces dread so well. You know.
I think he directed that, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Nightbreed's my favorite of his, but Lord of Illusions is definitely the most underrated of the 3.
Yeah. Cabal.
Do you like Renaissance Man with Danny DeVito?
I was going to say, is it DeVito and Mark Wahlberg? No.
Yes.
Although I haven't seen it for a very long time.
That's another one I haven't seen in 30 years, so I really don't remember much about it.
No, I remember about it. I think I've seen it twice in my...
I get that one mixed up with Major Payne, which I did like.
The Wayans.
Yeah. Daniel
Van
Bargen is awesome in Lord of Illusions as Nyx.
Yeah.
Renaissance Man is the shit with Marky Mark.
Is that there on purpose?
Okay,
we know, yes.
We're going to get back to it.
It'll always be Marky Mark
awesome.
first.
Oh, he's talking about Bruce Campbell? Yeah. Bruce Campbell's a goddamn national treasure in my opinion.
Untouchable for the likes of me.
Only the strong.
Is that Mark Dacascos?
Yes.
Yes.
If Garrett and Jim were in an action movie, who would be the villain and who would be the villain assistant? He would definitely be the villain. He's British.
Oh yes.
So I'd be the dumb American lackey. You know.
Don't start my car for me.
Yes, boss. Sorry, boss.
Yes, you'd be my Ned Beatty.
Let's see here. Now Gareth has to get Crazy Gary Busey. If you get Crazy Gary Busey on your channel, I want to be on that stream, man.
I have tried, but he's crazy. It's hard to get hold of.
Yeah, that's the guy I want to interview.
If I went to he's got a website, and it's got about 12 different contacts for depending what you want, like voiceover work, acting work, promotional work, theater work.
I want to get him and his son Jake on a stream together. I mean, you know.
Well, that might be worth. I don't think it's.
I prefer Predator 2 over the recent new ones. Yeah,
yes,
I do. I do too. Although I did like Prey quite a bit. I thought Prey. I
did like Prey. Yeah, I didn't like the animated one that came out recently. I didn't watch it all.
The Swimmer is excellent according to Texas.
There we go. Who's the swimmer? Where's the swimmer? Right, contact. Yeah.
Is the swimmer? Yeah. I almost said Burt Lancaster, but I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, is it old or new?
It's an older movie.
Okay.
Like from the 50s or 60s.
Oh, okay. I think that is Burt Lancaster. Yeah, he was.
Patrick's here. Hello, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
Kevin Kline's best film was Life as a House. I've never heard of that one.
No.
Better movie, One Night Rental or Heat?
Depends. Is that Burt Reynolds' Heat or is that Al Pacino Heat?
Yeah.
But neither.
Yeah.
Burt Reynolds' Heat is better than Ricky Mannon's Heat.
I do still enjoy collecting immensely, but the excitement level of the VHS days will never be topped. I queued for over an hour for Batman 89 on VHS. I
nice.
Still have it.
You still got it. Yeah, one of the first big sales.
Right. The Godfather is overrated. I'm more a Goodfellas and a Bronx Tale kind of guy. I love Goodfellas. Goodfellas is like my favorite gangster movie of all time.
I prefer the sequel.
Oh, Casino?
No, My Blue Heaven.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no shit. That's actually, that's good. I never really thought about that, but yeah, that's good. The more I think about it, it's like, now I can't get it out of my head. I'm like, holy shit, he's right.
It was written by the wife of the guy that wrote Goodfellas as well, so.
It's like I was listening to a podcast recently where they were talking about the Big Bird movie, Follow That Bird.
Yes.
And they said if you really pay attention to the plot, it's a remake of First Blood. after I got, they went through their little discussion. It was like, holy shit, it really is a fucking Rambo film without bullets. It's Big Bird, it's Rambo.
I'm gonna watch it again, but I won't be able. It's ruined for me now.
Yeah. Carlito Way is very underrated.
That is
great movie. Major Payne is great. Yep, that movie's a lot. It's stupid, but it's fun. Who should star in a V movie? Robert Englund. He should.
Yes, he was.
He should reprise his role. I saw him as Willie before I saw him as Freddy Krueger, and it was like, oh shit,
because you don't recognize him as Freddy Krueger unless
it's like he's the nice alien. Yeah.
He's a surfer dude in real life, or was.
Do a Ford Fairlane commentary. Yeah,
I've done a watch party of it years ago.
I love that movie. It is so bad.
Because I didn't know who he was when I rented that, because he wasn't known in the UK as a stand-up comedian.
I've never really been a huge Dice fan, to be honest. But for whatever reason, that damn movie just makes me laugh hysterically. And the whole time I'm watching it, I'm like, this movie is bad. Why am I laughing? You know, it's like, I don't.
What are your names? Neil and Bob? Is that like what you do?
What you do. Best line in the movie is at the very beginning where his alarm goes off. The two women jump out of his bed and he just, do my dishes. It's just,
you got the bonus plan.
We just needed a hug. I love that. Do my dishes. Yes, Gareth has a real Mark Strong vibe about him. Yeah.
Well, I'll take that.
Yeah, you'd make a great Bond villain. Seriously, I can picture you sitting in a lair with a cat on your lap. Yep, stroking some pussy. You know, there you go. Yeah.
Excuse me, my Mr. Bond.
Hey, holy shit!
My pussy.
I was right. It is Burt Lancaster.
There you go. Well done. I do recognize.
Pulled that one out of my ass.
In my head. Oh yeah, everyone's just telling us we're shit.
Favorite thriller of the '90s.
Ooh, there's too many.
Define thriller.
Yeah,
because there could be a lot of things that are.
Shannon Tweed or Weary.
I'll go with The Game.
Oh, that is a good one. Damn you! I was thinking of something. Clear and Present Danger, maybe, but I do like that. The older. Damn, there's too many thrillers in the '90s.
He'll take a MacGuffin or whatever the fuck they call it. You invented the game. You tell me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ford Fairlane should get a 4K, but instead, piece of monkey shit Maccabee.
Maccabee is better than E.T. I'll put that as underrated, overrated.
Oh god, I can't get through Maccabee. I tried to watch it. I just couldn't. I was like, I can't. Lancaster was top drawer in Lawman. I'm assuming that's a Western.
Yeah.
Real quickly here. Here's a good one. Ooh, 8mm Nick Cage. That movie is rough, man.
Yeah. The sequel, on the other hand, is terrible.
And Ollie, Copycat. Yeah, Copycat's a really good one. Copland's good.
I do like a good old serial killer thriller. Or set of snacks, then I'll go with.
Basic Instinct, for reasons.
That still works without the sex, so yeah, I'll allow it.
V saved my parents' marriage. It was shown on TV here to compete with the Olympics in '92, which my dad watched constantly. He only stopped watching when V was on, which my mother loved. That's cool.
That works, doesn't it?
Always rewatching that one. Favorite Annette Bening performance?
I don't actually know many of hers. Great Outdoors.
The Grifters. She's really good in The Grifters. Open Range she's really good in.
I don't remember, apart from Bugsy. What else she's been in?
She's good in Bugsy, too. And, Jesus. I got it out of my head now because I hated the movie so much. The one with Kevin Spacey and the girl on the Rose Bowl. American Beauty. Thank you.
Beauty.
Yeah, she's actually quite good in that movie as well.
That's
Yeah,
one that's overrated over time, isn't it?
yeah. Open Range. Yeah, what's more overrated, American Beauty or Crash?
Crash.
Let's see here. Open Range is far better than Unforgiven. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I would say I prefer to watch Open Range than Dances with Wolves. See, he agrees with me. Liked her in The Grifters. Yeah, she's great in The Grifters. So is Cusack. Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool is a great Benning performance. I've never seen that movie. I've never heard of that movie.
No, right. I think is it based on a true story though?
American Beauty. The Ref. Judy Davis is in.
That's it. I was going to say it's not.
Yep, but I can see where you could confuse the two because they are kind of similar.
Yes, they are. You know. He's also confusing the name. It's called Hostile Hostages. I don't know what he's on about with this Ref nonsense.
Yeah, The Ref is such a great movie. I love that movie so much.
I watch it every Christmas.
So do I. I finally got it on DVD. That's a movie that needs to be on Blue. And again, it's Disney. It'll never happen.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, it's a Touchstone picture.
Of course, the good old Touchstone days.
Let's see here. Annette Bening, Go Patrick Henry High School in the mid-'70s. Oh, okay. Hi, Melina. Didn't know you were here in the chat, but thank you so much. Annette Bening was originally going to be Catwoman in Batman Returns. She dropped out as she was pregnant at the time, yes. Yeah. And Sean Young lost her mind because she wasn't cast as Catwoman.
Yes. She might have been all right.
She was funny in Mars Attacks. She might have been all right.
First lady, was she? Yeah.
What's that? Oh, yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer was great as Catwoman. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. She couldn't have beaten that.
But yes, based on a true story, Gloria Graham. Thank you, Ali.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Annette Bening.
Just reviewed a Wes Bentley film called The Tomb from 2009.
Yeah.
Was it any good?
A plastic bag float around in American Beauty, wasn't he?
Return to Oz needs a new release.
It's another Disney one that won't get it.
Yep, only in Disney Movie Club. There you go.
And Song of the South.
All right, we're going to play another game because we're at the 1 hour plus mark here, and we're just rolling along. Best decade is this game, okay? And you can go all the way back from the golden age of cinema all the way to right now, if you'd like. Nobody picks anything in the 2000s as the best decade. Although Ali might if I get him on here because he's young. So, but I'll give you a movie genre, and in your opinion, you just tell me what decade is the best for that genre and why. Okay? So, best decade for comedy.
Well, I think the 80s are going to be all the answers. I'm trying to think. There were some good ones in the 90s, but yeah. I guess the 80s had more sex comedies, but it might not necessarily have been as funny. But although the early 2000s had stuff like Anchorman and Dodgeball, which I do love. But yeah. But then they got Liar Liar and Dumb and Dumber. 90s, I'm going to say.
90s?
Mostly for Jim Carrey.
Best decade for action.
You'll see 90s as well for that one. Because you've got all the big films of the decade. Like the Van Damme films and the Seagal films when they were at the peak. Early 90s anyway. And then Arnie with Terminator 2 and Last Action Hero and such. Cliffhanger with Stallone.
Best decade for sci-fi.
That's probably 70s. Because, yeah, I don't think Batteries Not Included or Cocoon is going to beat those. So, yeah.
Best decade for horror.
That is 80s.
Yeah. See, Roy, if you're still in the chat, he's right. You were wrong. No, Roy doesn't like 80s horror movies. It's like, what's not to love, man?
I got about 50 here you can watch to change his mind.
Yeah, it's all about the practical effects for me, for the 80s. I mean, those guys were rock stars. Okay, very good. So before we get on to the next one, I got to go through some of these real quick.
I'll be right back in a second, if that's all right.
Absolutely, go ahead. Do your thing. So while he is out of the room, I will scan through some stuff here. Let's see here. With Michael Madsen dying, Asylum is running out of stars. Rest in peace, Michael Madsen. That guy, he was in so many great movies. I know he did a lot of crap too, but he was a working actor, and he was a Chicago guy originally. Him and his sister Virginia, who I also love. So rest in peace. He was just a great actor in my opinion. Stacy wants to know how many screens did my cinema have. The one that I worked in when I was a kid and managed in my early 20s only had 2 screens in it. Stacy, the one that I worked in the 2000s, the Shetty Theater that I talk about, that was a multiplex. That one had 16 screens. So that one was a pain in the ass to run. The one with 2 screens was a piece of cake. Melina says Glenn Close, Jack Nicholson, Pierce Brosnan, etc. Mars Attacks. Yep, absolutely. All better.
Saying goodnight to someone.
Gotcha.
None of your business.
I thought the bear was kicking in. You were saying goodbye to that, but anyway.
Well, I did go as well.
90s for comedy from Ollie. And they're all saying 90s for comedy so far. Except for Juno says 80s. And your buddy Michael Myers is here. Thank you so much for being here, buddy.
Oh dear,
80s for every genre. There you go.
It's pretty much standard, isn't it?
And with the action, we're going with 80s from Ollie. Melina says 90s comedy.
It's got Ford Fairlane.
If you can dodge a spanner, you can dodge.
Exactly.
90s, fucking A.
There we go.
Stacy says, "Follow that bird" is fantastic. I don't know about that, but like I said, it's definitely got parallels with First Blood that I never saw coming.
Okay, I bet someone's probably already done a mashup trailer, haven't they?
80s for action for Jeff, of course. Ollie says 80s for sci-fi. Sarah says, "I'm from the 80s. I watched 90s TV shows and sitcoms." 80s for horror. Mike says 2020's best record for rubbish.
Yeah, the worst of everything.
Myers.
The 2 genres, superhero films and horror.
80s horror. Halloween 2 is a masterpiece and underrated. Yeah, he loves Halloween 2.
Yeah, I do like that.
Who doesn't like 80s horror? Yeah. Blue Roy over at Blue Roy Movies isn't a huge fan of 80s horror.
Oh dear.
Comedy is a genre seriously in decline, maybe because there are filmmakers who are too nervous about what they can. You just hit it perfectly on the head.
Yes, because they say you couldn't make it today. It's just, no, Hollywood wouldn't make it today. They could easily make a comedy, but they're just too scared.
We don't want to offend anybody, so we'll stick to the lamest, most boring shit in the world.
Yeah.
Because some asshole might jump on and do a blog.
One bad tweet about our film, we're done for.
Yep. 80s hands down for horror. We were talking about Michael Madsen while you were gone, and yeah,
bless him.
Mr. Blonde, absolutely. I mean,
although
Madsen was great in the Charlie Sheen biker movie.
Terrible.
Beyond the Law, yeah. Michael Madsen was great in Beyond the Law. Yep. Same people. They love that same movie. Forgot to ask Jim, are you up for the stream on Monday? Let me know. And okay. Yeah, I'll check my schedule, Ollie. Thank you so much for inviting me. Comedy is dead and buried.
Yeah. I thought you meant the film, but yeah.
Well, you know what? The funniest movies to me lately haven't necessarily been comedies. They've been classified as something else. Like the funniest movie I've seen this year so far is The Monkey. And that movie's considered a horror movie. And it's like, it's a comedy. It just happens to be very gory. But it's funny as hell,
That was.
Last year, the funniest movie I saw was the friggin' Deadpool Wolverine movie. And that's a superhero movie, but actually, it's a comedy.
I did laugh at that. I've seen it 3 times and I still laugh at it.
Yeah, it's funny as hell.
It works as a comedy more than it's definitely more that than a superhero film.
Absolutely, but it's not. But if you look it up on IMDb or something, it's going to be classified as either a superhero film or an action film, and it's like bullshit. It's a comedy. Let's see here. All right, P. Madsen, Donnie. Yeah, he's awesome in Donnie Brasco. Absolutely. Blue Tiger with Virginia Madsen is fun. Anything,
Ah.
anything with Virginia Madsen. Yams. I'm sorry.
What?
Yams. Love her.
Even in Candyman.
Yep. I've been eyeballing movies for years. The one I desperately need one every time I want to own. I keep bypassing them. The prices are sky high expensive. Yeah, you got to wait for the sales.
Yes. It's different with VHS because a lot of them stay expensive.
Let's see here. Soul Man could be remade. Nobody's got the ball.
It got a load of great reviews when it came out.
You know what? I love that movie, and I don't care who knows it.
No, it's good. It's not hilarious or anything, but it's well
I've got a big soft spot for that movie. I just do, you know. And it's mainly because it was one of those movies that even at the time I was like, "Holy shit! I can't believe they made a movie like this."
It's got James Earl Jones seal of approval.
I just salute the balls involved. You know, it's like, wow, good for you.
Is it Steve Miner, the director of?
Yes.
Like Lake Placid and what is it?
Friday the 13th, 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Steve Miner's directed a couple of strange House. He directed House as well. So, but yeah, Soul Man, I'll always have a soft spot for that movie. Gareth on the right side is giving me OCD.
Just turn your screen upside down.
Mike says, funniest movie I saw this year was Men at Work from 1990.
Yes. I don't have my clips.
Save money, just buy shitty DVDs like I do.
Yeah, I got $5 for £1 today.
Soul Man has its moments, yeah. The dinner scene with Leslie Nielsen, it just kills me every time I see it.
Get in the kitchen, woman.
Yeah. What you looking at? Warlock, yeah.
Leslie Nielsen, of course, being a racist old man.
The first Warlock is great. The other two are horrible.
Yeah, the only one I got is the second one.
And again, Steve Miner. That's another Steve Miner film. Good call, Larry. I just thought of that.
Well yeah, Anthony Hickok's still the sequel.
Okay.
The third one is the third one.
Yeah. Which is slightly better than the second one, but they're both shitty.
Missing Richard D. Grant.
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as I know, that might have been the first time I ever saw Richard D. Grant in a movie.
Not Hudson Hawk. Well, that might be before Hudson Hawk.
Yeah, that was before Hudson Hawk.
I don't think I saw With Nail and I first.
I just was like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but he's the best thing about this movie because he sells it. He commits. He does.
He's giving it all.
Julian Sands commit to that movie. They really do. You know, it's like they both know they're in a silly movie, but they're going to act like it's Shakespeare. You know, it's great. So, all right, I kind of know what your thoughts are, but I'm going to ask you anyway.
I have thoughts now. That's good.
Modern cinema, because you sent out a post the other day, which I thought was interesting, where you were like, hey, you know, what's your thoughts about modern cinema? I forgot how exactly you phrased it, but my response to it was basically modern cinema is the equivalent of McDonald's. You know what you're going to get. It might satisfy you, or it might fill you up, but it's never going to satisfy you like a good meal should, you know? What do you think is the main problem with
I think
modern
playing it safe. The filter they put every script through so it doesn't offend, like you said.
Yeah.
They're just and the eight. Well, I don't know where I mentioned it somewhere. Yeah, the early 2000s. All the films were aimed at 12-year-old girls. Then the 10s, all the films were aimed at the Chinese market.
Yeah.
And now the 2020s is just aimed at everyone, but as long as it's not people that get offended by one word or something that has to be taken out of a script.
Well, now it's all IP driven because they're trying to get butts back in the seats, especially after the pandemic, because they still haven't gotten up to those levels, but the movies haven't gotten to those levels.
No, because what was it? Like I said, Deadpool, that made a mint, but
and Barbie made a mint.
Yeah, that I don't think it would have made a mint if it wasn't for the social media thing of seeing both films.
Oppenheimer, Barbieheimer, whatever the hell it was. Yeah.
I think both of them movie as well. They were made more money because of the social media aspect more than any people enjoying them.
Well, that's why I'm so happy to see Sinners doing so well. Because say what you will, a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, Sinners is it's like a ripoff from Dusk Till Dawn and a bunch of other movies," and it's like, yes, but it's not based on an IP. So by that standpoint, it's an original property and it's making a shitload of money. Whereas everything else is based on a property that people know, whether it's a video game or a TV show or it's a sequel or a remake or whatever. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
we're on
I
our
don't need
fourth
another.
Superman reboot.
Yeah, I don't need another fucking Jurassic Park movie in my
Yes, was it
lifetime.
the 7th Jurassic Park
Yeah,
movie?
I gave up after the 4th one.
That I don't blame you. I've only seen those. No, I've seen Fallen Kingdom twice. Only Dominion once, I think. But yeah, and then there's fourth Fantastic Four reboots next month or this month.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that this one is at least decent because God knows all the other ones aren't. Okay, and the show that I'm going to be doing in a couple of days with Kenny and Sean, that's what we're going to be talking about is the Superman movies and the Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
Because they're both going to be coming out. I mean, Superman's out now. The other one, Fantastic Four, is going to be out in a couple of weeks. But it's like, you know what? When I heard that Marvel finally was going to make a Fantastic Four movie, I was excited.
Yeah.
But the more I've seen of those trailers, the less I want to see it because it's got nothing to do with the cast or anything. It's just it doesn't look like it's going to be good. I mean, it just doesn't.
If they're choosing the best bits for the trailer, yeah, then it's trouble.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's supposed to be like. I mean, to be fair, I ought to just give it a chance when it comes out and see what the critics say and go from there.
I wait for these days, but if there's like Superman, you don't know who to trust now.
Yeah, well, even the Superman thing. If it wasn't for James Gunn, chances are I wouldn't have any interest in it at all because I do like the 3 Guardians movies. I thought were great, and I really, really loved his version of Suicide Squad. That movie is so much better than that other piece of shit with Will Smith. So I'll watch just about anything that guy does. I haven't seen his cartoon Creature Commando thing or whatever.
No, I haven't. I forgot it came out.
But the Peacemaker show I thought was fucking hilarious. I mean, like it's so he's proven to me. I mean, Dawn of the Dead when the Dawn of the Dead remake was announced 20 odd years ago, I was pissed. I mean, I was up. If I would have had decent internet back then, I would have been one of those fucking trolls in the basement going, "How dare you?" I was.
It's untouchable.
Basically, yeah, that's how I felt because again, I don't like remakes in general, but especially when they fuck around with movies that I love, and I love that original Dawn of the Dead. But I gotta admit, when I saw that remake, it's the best. It's still the best movie that Zack Snyder's ever made, in my opinion. Okay,
yeah,
that script is so good that I was like, you know what, James Gunn guy, I'm going to pay attention to where he does. Now, literally a week after that movie came out, fucking Scooby-Doo came out, and I was like, no thanks.
Well, it's not. He wanted an R-rated one, didn't he? He says these days, but yeah.
But when he did Slither, okay,
Slither I love, yeah.
I thought Slither was great. I even really liked The Super. It's a weird movie, but I liked it.
It's a weird movie, yes.
So
but
I'll give that guy the benefit of the doubt, Where Snyder, he's kind of burned his bridges with me to the point where it's like, if he comes out with something and it's got a 98% Rotten Tomatoes critics rating, I'll give it a shot. I mean, other than that, it's
I said Army of the Dead. What's the last one he did?
What the fuck is it called? Because I didn't even bother. I watched the first half of the first part.
I'm trying to think. It's that forgettable.
That's something Moon.
Oh yeah, Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon. Yeah, see, it's so fucking forgettable. We both forgot about it.
I've never seen it. Or the sequel because he did that like within a year, didn't he? 2 films. There's supposed to be a third, but obviously that's dead in the water.
Yeah. Oh god, I watched the first part of that and I was like, I'm done. I mean, it's just and the Army of the Dead thing you mentioned. Oh my god.
Yeah, the new. Yeah, it was going to be a franchise. It was going to be prequels, sequels, animation, spin-offs.
Piece of shit is what it was.
Prequel spin-off with the Safecracker, and that was it.
It's fucking piece of shit, man.
It sets up so many things that I guess he was we'll finish it, do them in sequels, explain the zombies that are dried up and.
Yeah, I had high hopes for that movie because again, Dawn of the Dead really impressed me, and I guess that was because of the script. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's the other thing with Hollywood. If they do original, it has to be the start of a franchise. It can't be a one and done.
Yeah.
They'll only do something that planning 20 years ahead of 10 sequels and spin-offs.
Well, shit. They're already asking this Coogler guy, Ryan Coogler, it's like, hey, because Sinners is such a success, you want to do a sequel? And he's like, No. He's like, the whole point was I've been working like in these franchises and I wanted to do something just, a self-contained story. He's like, watch the after credits scene. That's the sequel. That's all you need.
Well, yeah, well, we did get 2 From Dusk Till Dawn sequels, so there's always a way around it.
That's true, but,
A prequel and a sequel and a TV show remake.
Let's see here. I've had a lot of success reaching out to... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I always try to negotiate best price. Larry, Warlock 3 does not exist to me.
Is it not this one then? Oh dear, I'm wrong.
Yeah, I just remember Bruce Payne or whatever was in the other one, and it's
that's him. I think because someone mentions him later on.
Yeah, it's bad. They don't take any chances. Lack of physical media. It's the release. Yeah, none of those people are in Mars Attacks.
No me.
Is it Warlock 3? Yes, he is. Bruce
So
Payne.
I must have Warlock 2 then, if the Armageddon, because they stopped putting numbers on him.
I've got an obscure title with that guy in it, Bruce Payne. There was an HBO movie with him, the cute little South African chick from Lethal Weapon 2, and Mario Patsy Kensit, and Mario Van Peebles. Now, how's that for an eclectic cast for you?
There you go. Does she get a top off?
Directed by Anthony Hickox. Okay,
nice.
It's called Full Eclipse. And
this is ringing a bell.
They're a team of SWAT team members that are like fucking around with this injection that turns them into werewolves.
Yes, I've seen that. I saw it when I did the werewolves video.
Batshit crazy movie, man. Just a batshit crazy movie.
Yes.
Yeah, of course you would be the one person who would have seen that movie besides me. So, cheers. Good for you, man. That makes me happy.
It's all coming back to me now. Damn you.
Okay, modern cinema is all about what the next big franchise is. Lack of new ideas, quality of writing has seriously declined. In a way, independent cinema is now replaced by TV. Sinners was fantastic. Well, to go deeper into that, Alan, what it really is, okay, and he kind of touched on it a little bit with the focus group shit, all of the major studios and streaming services are now owned by corporations.
Yeah.
And they don't give a rat's ass about entertainment value. They want butts and seats and what looks good on shareholders. And by doing that, stock prices. And by doing that, you go with IP-driven properties. And they're looking to get those butts in the seats the first week or two, and then they can distribute it amongst their other streaming services. That movie Until Dawn came out based on a fucking video game. It did really well the first week. It dropped off substantially, and now it's going to be on Netflix in 2 days.
Yeah, crazy.
So,
yeah, because they're missing out so much money when it used to go cinema, 6 months wait, rental, made a shitload of money, retail, made some extra money, and then whatever else happened after that, re-releases and stuff.
And back in the VHS days, it was almost a year sometimes where you'd be waiting for a movie.
Yeah.
Same thing with cable.
Yeah, like you said earlier, there was a film in Karate Kid, 4 months in the cinema.
Yeah. Yeah. Nowadays, I mean, if you had a hit movie like that, it'd be streaming while it's still playing at the cinema, which has happened before. I mean, Sinners right now. I just bought Sinners on Blu-ray, but I guarantee it's still playing.
Is it out?
Yeah, I guarantee it's still in cinemas somewhere around here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they missed a big trick there. But I'm just looking at my next box office, and it is half of the top 10 of the summer of 2015 is what will be franchises or is a franchise.
Yeah. I did a little exercise. I don't know if you caught it or not, but I did a little exercise where I picked one summer release for each year from 75 up to 2024, and it could not be part of a franchise. No sequels, no remakes, nothing. Okay. And while I went through that, it was damn hard. And the further I went, it became more and more difficult to the point where some of these movies weren't very good, but there was nothing else to choose from. So it was like, okay, guys, this time I'm my choice is the fucking Change Up. With
that's good for a one-off, but yeah,
it's like, which is basically a rip-off of Freaky Friday, okay? But another one was Savages with Ryan Reynolds' wife. You know, the Oliver Stone movie nobody remembers. You know?
Yeah, I know the name. I don't think I've been tempted to watch it.
And then I fucked up on one. I said, yeah, Hard Target with Van Damme. And some guy was like, hey, there's a sequel, director, DVD. And I was like, shit.
Stupid internet telling me lies.
Yep, same thing with The Cell.
Oh, yes,
J-Lo. And apparently there's a shitty direct-to-DVD sequel for that I never heard of. So it was like, God damn it. But yeah, it wasn't easy. You know, it really was not easy. Let's see here. No way Dodgeball would be made. The scene at the start of the cheerleader is cut out.
What's the point in Disney Plus?
Yeah. That's another movie that not have a drink, Roy. I was working at the theater when that came out, and I remember the teaser poster for it. Okay? And I thought, Dodgeball, the movie. What the fuck is this? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, you know? And then I watched it, and I gotta admit, I laughed my ass off. Especially the very end, after the credits, where they got that bonus scene where Ben Stiller's still shaking his tit, my milkshake shaking it. It is Fatty McFunny. It's like, yeah, love that.
Yeah, movie. That and Tropic Thunder. It's good that people want Ben Stiller to apologize for the blackface in Tropic Thunder. He says, "Go away. That's the whole point. It's a statement."
That's the joke. That's the joke. He kind of apologizes it during the movie where he's like taking the shit off. Now that's a movie. That's a movie to me that, again, say what you will. To me, it ages like fine wine. I mean, more and more people say, "Oh God, that movie can never be made," and I'm like, "Yeah," which is a good thing because that movie's perfect. It's just perfect. They're talking about doing a spinoff with the Les Grossman character from Tom Cruise. I don't know how I feel about that. You know?
I don't know. I think yes on one hand, and then I thought there's not enough material for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, it could be funny, but at the same time, a little bit of that character goes a long way, you know?
Yeah, it's just going to be him shouting at people and then dancing at the end, so what can they do new?
With his hairy knuckles.
His stipulation was, I want fat hands and I'm going to dance.
And lots of hair. Ali, Superman is excellent. Best Superman film I have seen, and in my opinion, the best iterations of the characters we have seen in regard to being comic book accurate. Awesome. I never read the comic book, and Christopher Reeve will always be my Superman. So,
yeah. Well, Superman Returns was good for the first half, and then I do like Man of Steel, but it does just get into the big smash up at the end that just goes on and on and on.
Lots of slow motion effects. Because he does love that slow motion. I didn't really realize that while I was watching Dawn of the Dead until a rewatch, and I was like, holy shit, even in Dawn of the Dead, there's some slow motion. It's there.
It's the Baywatch rule. Got to pad out the running time.
Since Carlos isn't here for some movie face-offs, I was wondering where Carlos was. Okay, here we go, Gareth. Dirty Harry versus Death Wish. What you got?
Don't make me choose. Is that the first film or the franchise?
The first film against the first film. Yeah, me too. I'll go with Dirty Harry. I'll go with Dirty Harry franchise over the Death Wish franchise as well. So. Okay, Rambo 2 versus Commando.
Commando all the time. I love Rambo 2, but yeah, I'd always watch Commando just because it's crazy.
Rambo 2 every time. I'll watch Commando, but it's crazy. So this one's easy for me. Hard Target versus Out for Justice.
Oh. I'm putting a Hard Target.
Boudreaux. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. Yeah, it's gotta be Hard Target.
Yeah, it's just for the bad guys more than anything, isn't it?
Absolutely. And that mullet.
Yes, the mullet.
Wilford Brimley's horrible Cajun accent. It is so bad.
Spot on Cajun accent, I think I'll find.
It's so bad. And finally, Lethal Weapon, which I'm assuming is the first one, versus 48 Hours.
Yeah, I pretty much Lethal Weapon, yeah. Good old Christmas Story.
Yeah, I'll go with Lethal Weapon, although I do love 48 Hours.
Yeah, all of those I would watch tonight, right now, if I could.
Yeah. So, thank you, Jeff. Let's see here. Mike says, Dawn of the Dead remake is probably the last one I remember not being civil. Yeah, that Dawn of the Dead remake is. It's excellent. It's so much better than it has any right to be.
But have you seen the Day of the Dead remake?
Oh, with the vegetarian zombie who pukes? Yeah. Also with Ving Rhames.
Also with Ving Rhames.
It's like, Ving, what are you doing, man?
Gotta pay the rent.
Army of the Dead is, yeah. Everything he said, Juno. Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with you.
shitty, that's the other thing. Shitty characters like Jurassic Park, the first film. It's got nothing happens for an hour apart from the attack right at the beginning, and
Yep.
then you're just sitting with characters you like for an hour discussing science and technology, and then suddenly the dinosaurs are loose and it's trouble. So you think, oh no, don't hurt all these people.
Life.
And then, then we get all the others. Who forget about that.
Love Boxing. Now that is a fucked up movie, man.
Is that Jennifer Lynch?
Yes, David Lynch's daughter. It's
I've
nice
never
to see
seen
the apple
it, but,
doesn't fall far from the tree, man, because that's a fucked up movie. Army of the Dead is complete. Yep, I'm gonna give you lots of chances to rant next time.
Yeah, because how the hell do you mess that up? Zombies in Vegas.
Oh, Ollie, come on now. See, here's the younger generation. I'm going to get him out here.
I was enjoying it as it went on, but then I thought, well, hang on, that's
yeah.
setting all these things up, but we're right.
I didn't see the spinoff, so
yeah, it's just a safe cracker.
Safe crack.
Doing 3 safe cracks, I think, and then you have to get on the plane to go to Vegas at the end of it, or whatever it is. Yeah.
No sequels, no shame.
Yeah, because in the 80s they'd write a film and then paint themselves into a corner, then they'd want a sequel, and they'd go, okay.
Well done, just as annoying as Carlos. 2025, they're all aimed at the DVD dump bin.
Well,
actually,
they're not even getting that these days, are they?
I've been compiling a list, okay, because I've been trying to watch more recent movies. But I've been compiling a list, okay? We are up to 21 titles that I have seen that are 2025 releases. I haven't gone to the cinema once.
Ah, yeah.
I've watched every one of them illegally on the internet.
I would never condone such a thing.
I don't either normally, but it's like
I'm not paying for the Marvels.
I'm done with blind buys, so it's like I'm going to be watching, but I have purchased several of those films. Okay,
that's the difference. So if you watch them and then if you like them, you buy them. But yeah, if they're dog shit, then you don't waste money.
But I will admit, okay, I've got 21 titles here. Okay, and I don't think any of them are great films, with the possible exception of Sinners, because I really did. I thought Sinners was a great movie. Okay, but there's only been like 1 or 2 that I would say were shit. Most of them have been at least entertaining. I mean, even that Until Dawn movie, it was entertaining. It wasn't great. I wouldn't even go so far as to say it was good, but it was entertaining.
Okay. And I want to watch it. Yeah, it was entertaining for 2 hours, and then I'll never see it again, probably.
Mickey 17 was like that. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I haven't seen that yet. I know.
The worst thing about that is Robert Pattinson has this voice going on that is just, I don't know what the fuck's going on. He sounds like somebody with helium. It's annoying as piss, okay?
It's a Chris Tucker effect.
Yeah, kind of. Let's see here. From Dusk Till Dawn, first film is great. Only watched the first one. The other ones were direct video, so I never watched any of the other ones. Juno.
Who's stolen my sequels? Ah, there it is. Yeah, it's got Robert Patch again. It must be good.
Yeah, I'm aware of them. I've just never watched
Danny Trejo's back somehow. Spoilers for the first film.
Damn it, Gareth, I was going to watch that tonight.
Oops.
Yeah, no kidding. I think he compiles those lists ahead of time, Jeff, so don't feel bad.
Yeah, there's no way he can make them up on the fly.
Gave up on JP halfway through the second one.
Well, I did the same this rewatch. I've seen it a few times, but I just couldn't get through it this time. I enjoyed the third one more because it was just a straightforward adventure. New
trilogy sequels are getting old and boring. I mean, glad Ryan Coogler didn't want to. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta.
Oh, I knew Dan. Dan's got my back. I knew.
There you go.
Well, yeah, that movie is just fucking crazy. It's just so crazy.
That's a film they should remake with $100 million budget.
Tom Cruise would be starring in it.
Well, why not?
Say Myers, except I did it through the. Yeah, he's already done. It's on Max. Oh, nice.
Bloody hell.
I missed it when it was. Oh, okay, I got it. He's talking about the Mickey 17, yeah, and Sinners, yeah, they're both on Max now. Michael Myers has also seen Fully Clipped. Definitely saw a John Woo movie here too. Yeah. Yeah, movies I want. Okay, thank you, Sarah. Yeah, somebody else remembers it. Oh yeah, about the hard target too. Yeah, Larry was like,
Hey, that's got Scott
"There's
Adkins
a
in it.
sequel to Scott Adkins." I was like, "Shit, Larry." Yeah, see, I'm there with Jeff. You know,
Yeah, I
to
think
me, I never saw it. I just purged it from existence from my brain. You know, so
it's a set in a jungle in the Asia.
yeah. Me, myself, and Irene. Yeah, that movie is very funny.
Yeah,
Price check on Vagisil. Vagisil. Tropic Thunder is great. Not missing anything. Jeff with Hard Target 2.
No, can't recommend it.
Naked Gun remake looks like dumpster juice. Okay, I am glad that I am not the only one who thinks that. Because
yes,
it doesn't look funny to me at all.
Someone said it's 84 minutes now. That's the time to release, and yeah, I don't think they.
Yeah, hot garbage. Yeah, it just.
I saw Liam in Ice Road Vengeance this week, and it's all right. It's like a set in the Himalayas.
They're not on a nice road.
But yeah, there is no ice road in it.
Is there vengeance?
There's no it's a bus, not a truck. But so it's. But he is the best thing in it, and he's. It starts off. The first scene is him climbing a mountain, just like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 2. Just so you got 70-year-old Liam Neeson climbing a mountain, and then his rope snaps, and then he has to climb. He squirrels up it.
Oh my god!
He is the best thing in it, though. But yeah.
God,
he is too old for this shit.
No, that doesn't sound good at all.
It was an okay thriller, but it was just a low-budget, straight-to-video thriller. So I didn't expect anything too much from it.
Yeah. No. Like, I mean, I know Liam Neeson can do comedy, but like I said, that trailer just does not look funny to me. It just...
No.
So...
Yeah, it's like we're getting a third Pink Panther reboot, or second Pink Panther reboot.
Jesus Christ.
Or technically, I guess we had Son of Pink Panther, so that was technically a reboot. So this would be the fourth chance.
Yeah, because
Pink Panther.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't forget the Ted Wasp one. I mean, Jesus Christ! Man, have a drink. Yeah, I saw that piece of shit theatrically.
I think I did as well.
At the drive-in.
Yeah, because I think Roger Moore's Inspector Clouseau at some point, isn't he? I can't remember.
It's his nephew or some shit.
Yeah,
American nephew. Because he couldn't even do a French accent. They got this guy off of some sitcom and said, "Hey, you got a couple of months to kill here." Horrible.
I guess we had Alan Arkin technically as well. So how many versions are there? And that's 5 or 6 now.
This is worse than the James Bond game. How many Bonds are there? Because if you get cheeky and throw in the original Casino Royale,
yeah, there's how many's in that? There's Jimmy Bond and Peter Sellers Bond, and then
it's piss off Jeff, because we know how much he loves Bond.
He doesn't have a clue. He lost my quiz.
Okay, Dirty Harry.
Oh,
Rambo 2. Hard Target. I cut me a steak.
Randall.
Yeah. I just love that. I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. I'm a professional. He is such a badass. I mean, him and Hendrickson, they're
yes. Arnold
Van Damme. They could have taken Van Damme out of the movie.
Yeah,
it just
easy.
Spent the entire hour and a half with those two, and it would have been like the greatest movie ever.
I think that was the problem with Van Damme. You had to re-edit the films to have less of them in it because they were too good.
Yeah. And more dove shots for John Woo.
Yes.
Including where he's even holding one and winks at the fucking camera. It's like, oh my.
Yeah. Because John Glenn had his jump scare with pigeons, but John Woo has them flying everywhere.
It's such glorious cheese, though. I fucking love that movie so much. And that's without a doubt my favorite Van Damme movie. It's not.
Okay.
It's just, it's not even close. And I like Van Damme. Well, early Van Damme.
Old Van Damme. Although he does do on and off good ones.
Yeah.
But not recently.
Yeah, but not anymore. Now he's got to pay. Okay.
Yeah, his Gardner was not good. Oh, there you go.
Death Wish Commando, Out for Justice. VD is more badass than Seagal. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Lethal versus 48 Hours. He's still struggling with.
They are good films.
Day of the Dead remake was that fucking thing. Oh my god!
That was...
You know, I should have known it was coming too because it's even on the fucking cover of the box of the Bob Zombie. I'm sorry, puking up a flesh ball. It looks like a hairball, but it's just. And I remember seeing that video cover and going, "What the fuck is this?" You know, and,
so crazy,
bad. So bad.
You got to think it's one of those keep the rights.
Okay, 2022 Red Dawn have reboot. First one, yes, the first one was in '84. The first theatrically released PG-13 film here in the States.
Was that a week later? What was this? What was the other one?
Woman in Red and Dreamscape.
That's it.
For myself, really it's Dirty
we had PGs. We had cut PG-13s to make them PG here.
Yeah, I know. It blows my mind that they're still cutting shit from those films in this day. I didn't even know about this until I think I was watching one of your streams. Somebody was talking about Crocodile Dundee.
Yes.
Being cut, the scene where he reaches under and grabs, and it's like,
yep.
Okay, that's not even the most offensive thing in the movie, but okay.
And then, the person that would get offended wouldn't watch Crocodile Dundee.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah.
Movies today couldn't have an hour of just character. They're terrifying people. Except for Ari Aster, he's got the unfortunate other thing going where it's a 4-hour long, what the hell, get to the point. So, yeah. Oh, shit, I forgot Nick Cannon was in that piece of shit, Larry. Yeah. Very high-quality stream, Jim. There are worse things to do on a Saturday. I should be doing most of them shortly. Thank you so much, Alan. That's awesome.
Hey.
Thank you. I appreciate those kind words. Day of the Dead remake has a disgusting... Yeah, that's what I was just talking about.
I don't think ours did, so...
Oh, yeah.
It's not ringing a bell for me.
Yeah, like I said, the first time I saw that cover, I was like, what the fuck is this? Hard Tug, it does kind of rob I'm all ears from Unisaw.
Yeah.
Novocaine is a lot of fun. That one's in my top 5 for the year for sure. I watched a double feature of Novocaine and Companion. Both have Jack Quaid, and both of them are great. Okay. I mean, those ones I would say are definitely top contenders for top 10 movies for the year.
Jack Quaid's inherited some of his dad's charm then.
Yeah, he's totally likable in Novocaine, and he's a total douchebag in Companion. I mean, it's great.
Oh yes, Scott Spiegel did The Intruder from '89.
And yes, Melina, the next episode is Juno 2000. Keeps on sending in these wonderful comments. Mike, has there ever been a good sequel to a Van Damme movie which didn't star Van Damme? I didn't watch any of the sequels to his movies that didn't have
Bloodsport, No Retreat, No Surrenders. Well, No Retreat, Surrender 2 is good, but not in the same level as No Retreat, No Surrender 1. But I'm trying to think, he's done... A lot of his films had sequels he wasn't in.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch any of the Kickboxer movies. I don't know if they ever made a Bloodsport sequel, but...
Yeah, there's 4 or 5... about 3 or 4 of those. The second one has some of the cast from the first one.
Yeah, no, again, if he wasn't in the property, I didn't watch it. So
yeah, his character gets killed off in the Kickboxer 2 sequel by Tong Po. And then it's the third brother that you didn't know about. That there's 2, 3, and 4.
The long lost brother.
Though your life, Miley. Hey, Mike.
How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. Something about remakes of films with stars that are now dead really gets on my tip. See the Crow. Yeah. Well, what's even worse than that is when they bring back a dead actor through CGI, like Peter Cushing in Star Wars. Which I love Rogue One. Okay, it's actually like the last really good Star Wars movie. But every scene that CGI bullshit of Peter Cushing's in it, it just creeps me out. It takes me out of the movie.
It doesn't work. It's not there yet.
And Corey is here. Hey, Corey, how you doing, buddy? Thank you so much for being here. Van Damme. I forgot about Machete. Machete. Steven Seagal's the machete villain, and he's the villain in Expendables 2 at the same time. And apparently, they wanted Van Damme to be a villain in the third machete film, which has not ever come to fruition. Although I would pay money to see it today.
Exactly.
Machete in space with Leonardo
Van Damme.
DiCaprio.
It could happen.
Okay. All right, guys, we're coming up to it, so I'm going to get back to my questions here.
Oh.
So if I missed your comments or questions, I am very sorry, but I've got to ask this one.
All right.
You are on a desert island. Has no way of escape, but it does have power and electricity with a Blu-ray player and a TV and even air conditioning. Isn't that nice? Okay.
It's lovely. I'll stay there then.
You've got 3 and only 3 films to keep you occupied until the search party arrives. What are those films?
Crumbs. I'm gonna Crumbs. Not Harry Crumb. No, just I'm trying to think. Predator. I guess I can watch that any time. So I got Predator. I'll probably take Rambo 2, some bit of action to keep me entertained, and then adult films allowed, or is it just?
Hey, each his own, but you're on that island by yourself, so
exactly. Can't look at big sweaty men all day. So I'm not a wrestling
Tracy,
fan.
I love you.
Something for a bit of a laugh. Let me just cheat here a second. What the hell am I doing? Gotta go. This is an important question. Maybe something with. Fuck it. Back to the Future. That's a good one. I can watch that anytime.
That'll work.
There's no tits, but I can work with it.
That's okay. You can still work with it. Okay. Now here's a little curveball because I have no idea what your musical tastes are. Same scenario. Okay.
Oh shit.
But now instead of movies, you've got 3 albums, and they can even be soundtracks or double live albums or even greatest hits compilations.
Okay.
You've got 3 choices. What are your 3 audio? Keep your sanity.
Probably the Batman Returns score.
Nice.
The Interstellar score. It's a bit of Zimmer. And the Lost Boys score.
Nice. Well, Lost Boys soundtrack, you mean?
Yeah, sorry. Yes, soundtrack.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say that score is going to get pretty repetitive real quickly. It's like 2 musical cues.
That's merry-go-round.
Exactly. Yeah, Lost Boys soundtrack's definitely one of my favorites.
I was 50-50 with the Fright Night one, but yeah, I think I'll go Lost Boys to rock out to.
It's a better soundtrack than Fright Night. I love Fright Night. Fright Night's a better movie to me. Okay,
yes.
Fright Night's my favorite vampire movie, but Lost Boys soundtrack's like top 10 soundtrack for me. It's just.
I used to listen to that tape loads.
Yeah, me too. The cassette tape. I wore that fucker out. I'm sorry. I've said it before about the Lost Boys. Okay, it's not the best horror movie of the '80s, but no other horror movie encapsulates the '80s as well
yes.
as the Lost Boys. It's a perfect snapshot in time. You know.
Yeah.
It's like if people have ever asked me, pick a couple of movies that would show what the '80s were like, it'd be the Lost Boys and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. To me, those are the 2 movies. I mean, they just are. Unless you want to show the machismo factor, and then it would be Testosterone the movie, of course, which was your first pick, Predator.
Yes.
Because I've been calling it Testosterone the movie for years. So.
It's definitely that.
It's so good, though. It's so good.
Even the woman was growing a mustache by the end.
Alrighty, everybody. Well, we are starting to come up to the 2 hours, so I want to go through these comments real quickly just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Juno says, Broken Arrow is an underrated John Woo film. John Travolta is hilarious.
Yes, it is.
And that scream has been used a million times with Howie Long, where he gets blown off the train. You hear this, it's just a really crazy-ass scream. They've used that. That's like the new fucking, what's that other
Wilhelm
scream? The Wilhelm scream. Yeah. That's like the new age Wilhelm scream, because I've heard that scream in so many other movies now. Nice. Yeah, Howie Long, the football player. So good. let's see here. I think Red Dawn '84 was in Guinness for. It was actually the most violent movie of all time for a period of time. It had that record. So,
Go Wolverines!
Wolverines. Hope that stupid Crocodile Dundee cut makes zero money.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of people sending it back saying,
"Yeah, that's another film that I've seen way too many fucking times and have never owned." And the first dozen times I saw it, I thought it was fine, but no. Never again.
Luckily not. I can enjoy it anytime.
And I did not like the sequel at all. I never, the first time
I come around to this. I liked it, then didn't like it, and I like it again now. So
yeah, I haven't gone back to it since the first time. So
twist.
What the hell just scampered over here?
There's a big fly over here.
I noticed that too, but being the professional host, I didn't say shit.
He's dealing with an amateur here, so.
Ari Aster is now becoming James Cameron and having 3 hours boring to death movies besides Hereditary. Yeah, Hereditary is definitely his best movie, in my opinion.
I can't be bothered with this work.
That new one doesn't look all that great either. It's just something about the pandemic. I don't fucking care. You know?
Exactly. I'm not going to bother watching it, probably.
Someone obviously thought having that gross cover for Day of the Dead would bring in big bucks. It didn't. And that's why I rented it.
It was worth a try.
It's half the reason why I rented it, because I wanted to know what the hell that was. Real quickly. Look-alike Loomis in Halloween Kills was funny. Yeah, actually, that was. Stacy, I see your Halloween questions. Save those until next time with Juno. And ask him how much he loves Juno, or how much he loves Halloween Ends. He thinks that movie's a masterpiece.
I've seen it twice to give it a chance on this.
Oh, God. You want to hear rants, man. Juno will be ranting for an hour and a half about how much that movie's a piece of shit. Like, fuck that movie. I mean, oh, yeah, it's brutal.
He doesn't like Christine either, so.
Oh, God. It's just great. What was weird first kickboxer when Kurt was talking to Miley? See, you guys know too much about these kickboxer fucking movies, man.
I've seen them many times.
Oh, here you go. Jeff wants. Oh, sorry for your movies. Playmate of the Apes.
I'm immune to that one now. I've seen it so many times.
God. Yeah, I miss so many. I am so sorry for missing all these questions, guys. I mean, that's the problem. When you have good conversation, it just goes. And I get sidetracked, but that's okay. The Long Walk looks interesting and does make your feet and ass feel burn. I've been waiting for that movie for 40 years.
Oh.
Because it's based on a Stephen King book when it was a Richard Bachman book. Like The Running Man and Thinner. And it is one of the most nihilistic books he's ever written. And it was his first book he ever wrote. He was 19 years old. And it's more or less his parable about the Vietnam War. About young men being drafted, put into the meat grinder, and blah, blah, blah. But, oh, my God, that book is so good. And I've been waiting, and I didn't think they would ever have the balls to make it into a film. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope they don't fuck it up. So, and we'll end with the comment on this one. Halloween Ends as big as pile of monkey shit. Yeah, that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Now it's ruined. It's ruined his weekend.
So you don't like it then, Juno? But anyways, before we wrap it up, I want to give Gareth a chance here to pimp out his channel with anything he's got coming up down the pike. Sir, the floor is yours. What's going on your channel?
This time tomorrow night, I will be on a golf course watching Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
Hopefully.
I'm looking forward to that.
So,
not to sorry to interrupt, but the live stream you did with the Blair Witch thing in the woods was so fucking great, man. I had a ball in the chat on that one.
Oh, I'm glad you were fucking liking it.
It was
Luckily,
so
I was
much
wearing a
fun.
nappy.
That was so much fun. So yeah, congratulations on that one.
I'm so glad it wasn't dark properly when I timed that one right. It was just nearly dark when I left. So yeah.
Yeah, that was so good, man. And then on the way out or whatever, you ran into the fox, and it was like, because we were
Yeah.
talking about werewolves and shit. And then all of a sudden you're walking around, there's a fox, and it's like
Big
perfect.
bastard as well.
Yeah, like I said, that was a brilliant stream. It really was. It was just so much fun. So,
Oh well, I did enjoy it.
but yeah, everybody in the chat or on replay, if you haven't already done so, please go over to Gareth's channel. You can find him at Video Tasties. As you can see, he's a great guy. He's got great content on his channel. He's just, I can't say enough about your channel, dude. I'm a big fan. Big fan.
You're
so.
a wonderful person in the chat because you've seen everything, which helps.
Yeah. I say theatrical a lot.
I have to take a shot every time you say it.
Oh, goddamn, these fucking allergies are killing me. I'm sorry. But anyways, like I said, go over to Gareth's channel. Give him a like. Give him a subscribe. Tell him Jim sent you. Because he needs every subscriber he can get. He's struggling. Fucking 11,000. But no.
It's probably gone down since being on this channel. So.
Probably. Yeah. I drag everybody down to my level, which is really fucking low. But anyways, this has been an absolute treat. I am so happy to finally have a chance to talk to you. And I hope that you will come back at a later date. The invitation is always open. So if you ever want to slum with us Americans again, like I said, by all means,
I've got too many Yanks on my roster.
I'd love to have you back. So thank you once again. This has been great.
No worries.
And I also want to real quickly before I go, I got to mention, because again, I'm a whore. 2 weeks from today, episode 15, my very special guest will be Juno 2000. As you can see, he's right there in the chat. He's a great guy. Get over to his channel, subscribe to him. He does lots of content with Texas. A couple of just awesome guys, big supporters of my channel. He's a great guy. So please go over to Juno's channel and see us in 2 weeks right here on Jim's Movie Channel on the 26th at 1 p.m. And also this coming Tuesday, the 15th, at 7 p.m. Eastern Time will be the next installment of Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim. You can catch that live either on Sean's channel at Movie Assault or on the Talking Movies 2024 channel. And our topic this week, as I mentioned earlier in the show, will be superhero the franchises combating Superman versus Fantastic Four. I think as a franchise, everybody can admit that Superman definitely beats the piss out of the Fantastic Four, but we do have, good hopes for those properties. So join us on those stations if you can. We're going to have a good time. So once again,
thought you were doing superhero porn parodies then, but obviously
Hulk smash, in the lobby, and you just smash your mate. I love that joke. But anyways, but once again, I want to thank everybody in the chat, everybody that showed up today for your support on these shows. They just get better every week. And I especially want to thank Gareth once again for being here. Great guest. I knew you would be, and I just totally appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
So with that, everybody, we're going to call it a day, but I just want everybody to have a great weekend wherever you are, whether you're over in Europe, over here in the States. Stay cool. We'll be catching you all in the next one. Take care, everybody.
Goodbye.